Hello everyone, Luke the Apostate here, and this is our next episode of The Christian Experience, where I describe the Christian experience and how it is uncomfortably like the experience of the abuse victim. Today we're going to talk about how the Christian God is described in the Bible and how the religion of Christianity acts in a way that mimics the extensions of self hallmark that Nina Brown mentions in her Children of the Self-Absorbed. Reading from page 6. Since the person does not recognize others as separate from her, she expects favors but does not return them. She gives orders and expects these to be promptly carried out, and expects others to read her mind and know what she wants without having to speak. She asks intrusive personal questions and tells others what they should or ought to do, but she doesn't respect others' property or boundaries. The Bible describes God as being owed sacrifices by the Christians. Sacrifices of money, as in Mark 12, verses 41 to 44. Sacrifices of time, as in Colossians 4:5 and John 9:4. And even their entire lives. Everything the Christian does, everything they have, should be considered God's property, Matthew 6:33 and Colossians 3:17. In the Christian culture of North America, the life of the Christian pastor is described as one of sacrifice to God, as in God expects the Christian to give them everything. The Christian often hears that God grants peace and love and joy in return and heaven instead of hell after death, but a classic excuse abusive parents give for neglect, for sexual assault, for beating their children is that they have granted very basic needs to their child. I put a roof over their head, I fed them. Why are people complaining that I did these other things? I was a good parent. The Christian claim, when a skeptic or an atheist says, well, God doesn't give you anything, is to claim that, well, no, we have existence from God. We get food because God is the one who gives the food, etc., etc. Even if these things are true, these things are the responsibility of a pet owner, much less a loving parent. And to lead with promises of insubstantial gifts in exchange for substantial ones. You give me money, I give you love. There's a word for that sort of relationship, and it's not loving parent. The line about giving orders and expecting to be obeyed, I think we don't really need to get into too much, since that's a fairly well-known hallmark of the Christian God. About asking intrusive personal questions, we'll start with talking about John Wesley's Holy Club for a moment. John Wesley was one of the major figures of revivalism in North America. He has had a profound influence on the North American evangelical Protestant experience. And at Oxford, he founded the Holy Club. The Holy Club had something that they explicitly called intentionally invasive questions, and they read like something straight out of a cult manual. Purposefully invasive. Some of the questions included, are you feeling uncomfortable about this? Why do you want to leave? It normalized a dropping of boundaries between people who did not have experience, shared experience on which to base intimacy. That normalized a dropping of boundaries in the Christian church. It is normal for men in men's study groups in churches to be asked about their masturbatory habits, and if they talk about normal human sexuality, they are invited to have an accountability partner with whom they may have had no previous contact or relationship, and with whom they are expected to share every detail of their sex life. The experience of the Christian is very much like that of someone dealing with an abusive parent who treats others as an extension of themselves. I hope this was useful. If you liked this, please hit like and subscribe, and check out my other videos. This has been Luke the Apostate. Please be kind to one another.